back to Cybertopia. In this episode, we jump into a converging storyline at the lead bank of the Autonomous Rights Collaborative, where the two groups comprising Knox, Maurice and Frankie, who have visited the location separately, finally actually bump into each other. And then they have to hotfoot it over to help out Bludgeon, who has gotten into a spotter bother with Dial-Up Danny at Paradigm City's biggest sports gambling bar. So back at the lead bank, Frankie has been hanging out with Julie as they've been tinkering, doing stuff with making some sort of like makeshift shelter out of whatever junk they can find and trying to like create their own sort of lab. Julie is deep in it, like completely in the zone, and Frankie's just been kind of left to their own devices for maybe a few hours now since they got back from the junkyard where they left that message, and they've not really seen or heard from anybody since. What would Frankie been doing in this time?
Last I recall, Frankie had scrounged up a blanket or two or three or however many, maybe a pillow from the other junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, trying to make it look like a home, maybe.
I mean, imagine like trying to string up a hammock or something. Like,
yeah, just trying to make it feel like, because we're expecting to be staying here for a while, make it, this is home base.
Okay, let's have a roll for homemaking then.
Not really got anything that helps with this, so
That's cool. To be fair, at this stage of the season, probably most rolls will be no modifier.
yeah. So I think I'm just gonna D20 19.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, you managed to, like, you string up a hammock, and surprisingly, even though it's just blankets you found in a junkyard, they seem to be like strong enough that they can actually take your weight, and you stick your pillow down, and maybe you catch a little kip while you're just like hanging around waiting for something to happen. Like, quite a few people come and go. Most people kind of keep to themselves, but there's like a small congregation of kind of android / cyborg kind of people in one of the corners. Maybe they're playing some sort of future dice game or some futuristic version of marbles. I don't know. But yeah, there's some people hanging around and doing what people in small communities do. When eventually Knox and Maurice rock around the corner, and they haven't got Clarity with them. I think Clarity's gone off to the robot rehab place with Whisper. So Maurice, you'd recognise Frankie. You were on your first mission with Frankie.
Yes.
So you come around the corner and you see Frankie hanging in a hammock, and you had that message from them, the vaguely worded message of, "I'm at the lead bank, meet me there." Sort of. What do you do when you see Frankie for the first time?
What does Frankie look like as they come out?
Yeah, at this stage, they're a big, beefy, blokey kind of looking person's probably still with the long hippie-ish hair at the moment, because we haven't really had any chance for that to change yet.
Mm-hmm. What is Frankie wearing? Because I remember in the finale they had like was it like a day glow outfit or something? Like,
there's a costume that looks all kind of pale, glowing, sort of circuit board type imagery.
Oh, like a Tron vibe.
Yes, a bit like that. And yeah, I suppose it would still be that, really, unless they're given something else to wear at the Citizen Safety Patrol people.
They left you in the same clothes they found you in,
okay,
more or
yeah.
less.
So yeah, it would still be that then.
Okay.
Cyan and magenta glowy patterns.
Yeah, there's definitely certain look that exo-musical people have. So it's not hard to spot somebody who's one of us.
The looking into the distance in their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like around me, we all look a little insane. It's like superheroes walking around extras.
One of Frankie's skills is literally called gaze into the abyss at the moment.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely got that long distance stare of what the heck happened to us.
So I'm imagining that Frankie and Maurice make eye contact as they wander in, and Knox is just kind of on the side, like, "Oh, who's that?"
Yeah, I've wandered over. I've noticed the hyper marbles and given a wave, and of course Bucky's beside me, toddling along on their 9. Wait, no, didn't he get an extra leg?
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
Spider with 8 legs, right?
yeah,
So
your 9-legged spider dog. Yeah.
My weird, my 9-legged spider robot dog. And I give a little wave, but I let Maurice do the talking because I don't know.
Frankie! It's good to see that you're alive, made it out of that hellhole.
Maurice, you made it too! Oh, thank goodness!
Yeah, most of me anyway. Just the old, the old voice box and this arm. And I hold out the quite battered arm.
Yeah, you drowned in a bad way. Ouch.
I reckon most of us must have took a dinging in that thing. I got your message. Good thinking, that.
Yes, I just want to make sure we're all okay and then plan what we're going to do about this.
Oh, we're going to
because-
fuck them up, I think.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're on the same page.
In a world that I now see is without pattern, we must carve out our own space. We cannot allow this to go without them facing the consequences of their actions.
Nox wanders over and like offers their hand and goes, "Yeah, well said, nice one. I'm Nox, by the way. Enchanté."
Pleased to meet you, Nox. You're one of us, I take it.
Yeah. You think what? You think these normies could afford this gear? You're kidding. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Good to meet you too.
So you mentioned fucking them up. I'm all ears. Also, do you have anywhere else to sit? Because it's just like this hammock and you.
I guess there's a pile of blankets still.
You can probably find like some cheap plastic chairs or
They
something.
said pile of
Yeah,
blankets, not just like backflips.
Just
Backflips into the blankets. Makes them immediately at home.
Yeah. Put the blankets on something to make a
Nope.
seat.
Pile of blankets, all good. Just lies in the blankets.
So,
Nice.
did your lot find Tampa and all?
Not exactly.
That sounds a little bit like our experience. Any of yours get shot?
No.
Sounds like you came out better than ours then.
Yeah, better than our experience for sure.
I forgot how to talk.
Okay.
Happens to the best of us. I'm still relearning, to be honest with you.
Nox is like, speak for yourself.
Well, we'll have to put you guys in contact with them because they. I mean, check this out. And I pull out the fancy microwave gun that looks clearly souped up. You know, they really did a number on some of our gear for us. That's
Yeah, I
not
think-
what did a number means, but you know, fuck it.
Frankie looks
ball.
at the microwave gun and it looks like it's definitely had some modifications done to it, but as you like fiddle with the trigger, like it sparks and you're like, oh.
It's exciting, right?
Yes.
I don't want to play too much, but like, do we have like a base of operations or anything? Like, who's putting us up in it's like a nice hotel or something, right? We got like our own shit going on.
Oh.
Running water.
We don't have money right now. We have here. This is base. Look, it's all nice. Hammock. Blankets.
Yeah, you can see over where Julie is, just in the zone, completely not talking to anybody, just building
Yeah.
something from scrap.
Okay, your father didn't say you were a jokester.
We build our own bases in this world.
What? Okay, but seriously, like there's like a hotel or something, right? Like I don't understand.
We were Nox, we were lucky that we got a drink the other day. Remember? Amazing Core wiped all records of us from ever existing. Bank accounts and all.
Okay. Nox like starts thinking about it and goes, alright, so what we need is to see, some might say steal. I like to say steal real good. Someone else's bank account to use, right? Like we don't have to have like a whole bunch of money, but having no money, that sucks, right? I mean, I listen, hey, no offense, that's a lovely hammock. But like I need a sink.
At this point, some random person, maybe from the robot androidy group, comes over to you, or it's like,
Hello, did I hear you say something about stealing?
Just immediately I reach for a weapon, like no.
Oh, yeah, mate, it's all right. We're all good. It's all good. We're all friends here.
Okay.
I ain't accusing no one.
It's a weird way to start a conversation. You're not accusing no one of stealing.
Nah, look, like it's
Yeah,
just
we're among friends, Nox. Chill.
Okay.
we might be in need of some assistance, and some people interested in stealing might be of use.
Okay. Oh well, hey, why don't you say it was business? Nox's hand, which is it's like pink, weird, fleshy, automated thing, the the gun part of their finger gun like retracts back to 2 fingers. They go, oh yeah, for sure.
Nice, some fancy gear you got going on.
Why, thank you. You look adequate.
Jeez.
Thank you. That's what I aim for.
You are killing it.
Look, we don't want to be making a scene of ourselves, so, you know, if you look too fancy, then they want to pick you up as a mole cop or some shit.
Gotcha. Let's keep it low key.
Exactly right. You go understated, no one pays attention. No one knows you're there. You can just pick up and leave. You know, the arc way.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so you see my friend Danny, he's gone off for a little pickup job himself, but he ain't the best with planning, and I reckon he could do with some backup. Fancy a ride over? Go see if you can help him out?
I don't know. Where's he at?
Wait, Danny.
Ah, you know, dial up. That guy.
Oh, yeah, old dial-up Danny. Yeah, all right.
Oh, friend of yours?
Yeah. More like, you know, casual acquaintance. But,
X, got it.
no, that's,
Danny don't really do friends. He's more of a one-time use kind of guy.
Wow. Can't throw it out here in the Badlands, huh? One time use, Danny.
Look, we made the best of what we got, right?
All right, understood. Hey, listen, friend of yours, friend of mine. I'm down. Let's go help your buddy. Where are they at?
You know Mega Sports Bar? Big one, Town Square?
The big gambling place?
Yeah, that one.
The one with all the not mouse the word money but says security?
Look, we're not expecting anything. It's the middle of the day, like, they're probably fine, but it's just 2 of them, and he never thinks these things through.
Yeah, no, you know what? You're right. We owe it to Donnie. Wait, what's his name? Danny? We owe it to Danny to help him out of this den of sin full of cash they found themselves in. We should go.
Sure, he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but he gets shit done. So, yeah, just go make sure they're all right. He had some new guy with him and all, Budgie, something like that.
oh, big guy.
Yeah,
Mustache.
Yeah, what a sash.
Oh,
Fucking
right.
hell, all right then.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Let's do it.
So, yeah, best be quick. I'd offer you the hover car, but it's missing some magnets, so probably on foot, but I don't know, you can be there in like 10 minutes if you run.
Okay, cool. How averse are we as a group to a light sprinkling of GTA? There's a podcast on money, but I'm sure.
You can certainly try and steal a car if you want to steal a car.
It depends, so long as it's, victimless crime, some big corporation car.
Oh, hey, that's cool. All right, yeah, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. Look out like an unmanned car.
Yeah, so in fairness, in this city, the people who can afford hover cars are like the upper tier of society. Most people cannot afford to have a hover vehicle. There are still some like wheeled vehicles driven by probably the middle classes, and then the lower classes just are on foot or public transport and shit. So if you want to get a vehicle of someone that won't really miss it, a hover car would be the way to go.
That sounds like we'd have to go further to get that low, right, guys? I mean, I'm not...
I kind of love the idea of hailing and then hijacking an Amazer cab.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Actually, that's a good point. So Amazer cabs are self-driving. They don't have drivers. So it's not like you're going to have to kill the driver or chuck the driver out or anything. You can just try and take over the vehicle.
Are we talking a driverless car situation, or are we talking a Johnny Cab, Fifth Element style situation?
No, this is a driverless taxi.
Cool. All right.
I'll say you can just walk down the street a little bit, and after a few minutes, you can hail a Amazer cab, and it will pull over, and you can pile in, and just a robotic voice is like,
"Destination, please."
I look at them and go, "Keep it talking. I gotta get inside."
"Destination, please."
It depends really. We're looking for some type of ramen, but we're not sure really where the best place to be would be. My friend here thinks that walk until you drop is the best place to get it, but I reckon that it's got to be somewhere else because they've really gone downhill in the past. Fade out into the background so you can
do under the seat you hear Knox go, "I'm a vegetarian," as they start to hack into his car.
Searching top ramen.
Okay, let's have a hacking roll then from Knox to hijack this vehicle. I think it's going to be
Okay.
quite difficult because amazing cabs are going to have high-tech security on them.
Well, have I piled Bucky on? Can I fit in the car? That's going like a boot or
Yeah,
something.
you can all fit in. These are pretty spacious,
I'll use my possible from Bucky. Okay, well that's 7, so 12.
Okay.
Can I help?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, how are you going to be helping this?
A combination of distraction and spotting a little orange box somewhere that looks full of security components and zapping the heck out of it with the microwave gun.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I will say I'm not looking to keep this car. I just want to like not pay for a ride.
Right.
Oh, I'm looking
okay.
to keep this car.
Oh, you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, this is a service machine. It needs to be liberated as well, right?
exactly.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's good.
Let's have the assist roll from Maurice.
So I'm thinking maintenance for I'm zapping a
Mhm.
piece of technical equipment.
Yep.
The gun itself.
Mm-hmm.
And persuasion for the distraction. Does that sound, or customer service for the distraction?
It's not really a conversational machine, so I'm not
No,
gonna
that's
give you
fair.
that. But you can have the other things,
All
yeah,
right.
for sure.
Okay, let's give that a go. That's a 16 plus
Oh,
3 for microwave gun plus 1 for maintenance, so a dirty
get
20.
in, get in.
Okay,
go.
so
Nice.
yeah, Nox gets a +3 to that roll then, so I think that brings you up to a 15 total.
15, yes.
Okay, I think that's just enough. It's a
Hey.
struggle. At one point, you start to like detect that a security trigger is getting tripped, but at the last moment, you manage to like rewire it in a way like
security because everyone tries to steal them. So it would make sense that it's tougher than I thought.
maybe at the end of it, you just end up just shooting with your finger gun. And you're like, got it.
Yeah, it's like, as I'm trying to work on something, suddenly it goes dead because it's just been microwaved out of existence.
But yeah, you now have manual control of the amazing cab.
All right.
Can any of you drive?
Not to look at the other goes. So, do we want to drive things ourselves or set autopilot?
So I think the way that this hack has gone down, you've disabled the machine like
Disabled?
entirely, so
Cool.
it can't do autopilot anymore.
Okay. Is the voice still on? I want to leave the voice on.
No, I think what's happened is like you've created
no,
like
it's okay. I'm just
a
thinking
shutdown procedure or something for it.
Yeah.
So you've probably got like a half an hour before this thing fully reboots itself and like gets itself connected back to the network, which would be plenty of time.
I've got above table 1 in pilot, so if he wants to drive instead, it's cool.
I mean, that's more than I've got in anything
I
like
think
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's have a
Alright.
driving roll.
Cool. So yeah, the Nos gets out, flips into the front seat, and I've only got this for piloting, so no, I already hacked, so it wouldn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 17.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
All right. It's a really straightforward drive. It's basically a straight road and then like 2 turns at the end to get to this bar. When you get to that first turn, though, it is gridlock, and you're like a block away. So you probably just get out and walk from there.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we can't take the car, then okay, it's cool.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I'm just thinking we're going to need a getaway.
Yeah.
So hover cars, like they're not like the flying cars from Back to the Future. They hover like the same height off the ground
okay.
as tires would lift a car. It just
Right.
means that they are no longer suffering the wear and tear on rubber on ground sort of thing.
And you mentioned that Danny and Bludgeon have a vehicle, right?
No, Danny does not have a vehicle.
How is he going to get machines out of? Okay.
That's why he's got big bludgeon with him.
You going to run down the street with him? I thought he had like a van somewhere or something.
Look, this guy does not think these things through.
We do need, in that case, we do. Well, we won't know until we get there, I guess. But yeah, okay.
You've got this car for maybe another 20 minutes at this point before you think it's going to be able to revert its settings. So
Well,
if you're
if
quick,
they-
maybe you
yeah.
can get the things back to it.
I mean, all things considered, if anyone picks up this car pushing its way through traffic, we don't own it. It's not our problem technically.
True. Yeah, you can just abandon it.
So this Nox turns around and goes, "Hey guys, there's a lot of traffic, so I'm going to drive on the pavement, okay?" Wheels
Right.
on the pavement, avoiding people, of course, but just like around the people.
It is now fully lunchtime. Like people are coming out. This is the media district you're going through, and so there are people walking around and going to like the shops to get a bagel or like go down to the local restaurants and stuff. So it is quite busy. I don't think you can get very far. driving on the pavement, but it's literally
Oh,
a block,
no.
so you don't
Oh,
have to
God.
go far.
Oh no, the self-driving cab's gone crazy.
Yeah.
We've got no control. Wait, no, that would be framing a machine. Oh, I can't do that.
It's not the machine's fault. Someone programmed it badly, you
We don't
know.
have to say anything. We just to get in the car and go, whoa, self-driving cabs are weird, and keep moving. So if we're like pulling up outside, pushing over somebody's hot dog stand or some nonsense, then I'm just willing to get out of the car. We got like what, 5 minutes left on it? It's cool. We can get out.
Yeah. So you will ditch the cab basically and walk around the corner, and you see this giant mega sports bar. And I think it's starting to ramp up a bit. Like the outside lights are on. You've got some neon signs and some blaring, garish marketing going on. You can see there's only one security person out the front, but like they're still letting people in. There doesn't seem to be any particular issues at the front of the bar. You obviously, the bar goes quite deep, and you can't see Bludgeon or Dial Up Danny.
So hey, you recognize your friend Danny, right?
Yeah. I mean, if he's with Bludgeon, I reckon Bludgeon's probably easier to pick out of a crowd.
Bludgeon has like a big shiny head, shaved head.
Yeah. Again, I've seen their files. I'm like, yeah.
This feels like a use for the cam drone
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
to send it up and have a quick look around the building to see if we can see them.
I would say external to the building.
External to the building, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this sounds good. Yeah, go for it.
Send it around. So we'll have gaze into the abyss and the drone for
Mhm.
+2.
Sounds good.
2 on the dice makes 4 in total. I guess we're not going to see where they are.
So yeah, I guess you're not so familiar with how to use Seon's blood match drone. You send it up in the air and you're like, go do like a circuit or something, and it just goes.
Up into the sky.
It goes around a corner, and you maybe wait a minute. How long are you going to wait for the drone to come back?
Is it meant to do that?
I think you just don't know where it's gone. It just disappears. It goes around the corner, and you like.
Just watch it fly away. That's so sad.
Maybe you look at Nox and you're like, Bucky's a robot droney kind of thing. Do they report back or?
I tap Frankie. I go, hey, most air drones have an automatic sensor, so you probably just didn't turn it off. It's like a safety on a gun. It's going to end up back with its owner.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's good thinking, but we have to get another plan.
You're still outside the front of this place. Are you going to enter?
Or walk in, right? The guy's letting people in.
Yeah.
Look, let's just go in. Let's just act cool. As soon as we see him, we extract.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's have good old acting cool rolls from everyone then.
I don't think I can really argue gaze into the abyss on this one. That is a 5.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I was going to argue customer service, but it don't matter because that's a natural one.
Oh shit!
Oh!
Nox,
Okay.
please
Oh,
roll something good here.
Well, I'm gonna try and say that I got a nat 20, and then I add my misdirection and my wig. For 23. But now you feel bad.
That's fine. No, you can. I like a good nat one.
Okay. This is going to be fun. Right. So, what happens, and we'll figure out the trauma and the learning after this exposition, but basically, you go to walk in just completely naturally as you possibly can, and Nox is killing it, just wanders straight in like he's used to bars of all shapes and sizes, and it's just like, yes, I am home. I might have been here before, and just wanders in. Meanwhile, behind him, Frankie and Maurice are doing the thing where they're trying to walk like a gambler.
No.
We are walking normally. We are normal people walking into a gambling bar. We've done this our whole lives. And they trip over each other at the entrance.
Hey, put it all on horse. Am I right? All in.
Frankie manages to steady themselves enough that they don't fall completely over. But Maurice trips and falls straight into the security guard, and a scene is occurring. And I'm thinking for Maurice, the trauma could be coordination.
Yeah, no, that seems pretty valid.
For Nox, what could your learning be for this? Do you have any learnings currently?
No.
Okay.
Nox doesn't learn anything.
I'm thinking
I like the idea of +1 swagger.
Oh, it could be swagger. Do you want swagger? You could have swagger.
Swagger? Okay, yeah. Sorry.
So this is just a learning towards it. Now that you are free of the restraints of Amazing Core, it only takes 2 learnings to get a new skill. So if you get another nat 20 in a swagger type roll, that will turn into a full skill. But for now, it's just learning towards it.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So is Nox just going to carry on walking as these 2 behind him are having a bit of a disaster?
Nox is walking in and it's like, this is going really well. Oh, shit. And then spots that. How's the bouncer react to being fallen onto before we deal with him in any particular way?
I think it's just a pile at the moment. Like the 2 of them have fallen onto the floor. He thinks maybe he's being attacked, is like trying to wrestle Maurice or something, or just trying to get to his feet initially.
Fuck! I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
Whoa, hey. Sorry. We're actually, my friends are a little tip. We just come back from another big win, and we want to come here and spend some more of our cash because we're on a roll, right, guys?
Yeah, I put it all on. I pull it all on a red horse.
Look, you get one warning here. No more. You sort your shit out. You go place your bets or whatever. Any trouble? I'm watching you. We already some issue up the back, so I'm on my own out the front, but my colleague's going to be back in a second. And if there's any more trouble, you're out.
I am so sorry.
I don't care how much money you come in here with. We ain't got no time for this business.
Of course, I'm sorry. What's his name? Say on his name tag?
Let's go with Stevered.
I am so sorry. Stevered, listen, buddy, you're doing a great job. How about I put a drink behind the bar for you, huh? For when you're done.
I don't drink.
Orange juice?
Nah. Look, go do your thing. Get out my face. I've got an entrance to watch here. No funny business.
Okay. But if you do want orange juice, it'll be behind the bar for you. We'll tell your friend if we see him, the other bouncer, to come get you. He'll be in the back. We'll let him know. Come on, guys. Let's go get some drinks on and some gambling on. On horse, red horse. Let's go get it on red horse.
Yeah, red horse.
Right.
I'm gonna get a full house of ponies.
Awesome. That's why we're the winners.
So you walk in and yeah, it's this dark, dingy bar, the squelchy floor, flashing lights. The bar people are serving some people and stuff. You maybe look down towards the back of the bar and you can see there's some natural light at the back of this place. Like it's completely dark otherwise, and you get right down to the bottom and there's some natural light flowing through, and you can see some like figures in that area, but you can't, it's too far from this distance to make out exactly who and what is going on out there.
Cool. So hey, they mentioned there was trouble down the back, right? That's probably our first port of call. I mean, if Bludgeon and Danny are in trouble.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Are you gonna walk casually there? Are you running? What's the approach here?
Walking with purpose. Can't wait to gamble.
The big money machines are at the back.
That's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Okay, so you get up to the back and you see 3 people, all of actually quite a similar build. One of them is clearly Bludgeon with the shiny head and the mustache, and has some big metal box machine thing on his back. Danny is standing kind of next to Bludgeon, but just on the other side of the like threshold of this door that's going out into the light. And you can see a very sweaty security guard in the same get-up as the first guy that you bumped into, kind of gesticulating at the 2 of them. And there is not a loud like siren kind of alarm, but like the kind of beeping noise that you'd get from a fire exit getting opened when it shouldn't have been, sort of thing. Bludgeon,
Okay.
you've been rumbled.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Are you and Danny just going to make a run for it, or are you going to try and confront this security guard or something?
Well, I guess my question is, like, we've got caught before the rest of the crew shows up, right? So are we going back now, or did they get there as we were being...
I think maybe there's been a bit of a standoff for a little bit here. Maybe Danny froze for a while, not sure what to do. He's gone and stepped outside and looked, and he's like,
I don't think this is a good way out.
and the 2 people stood there for a minute trying to strategize, and then the bouncers turned up, and doesn't quite know what to do with you because you're holding the machines, and there's just definitely a standoff for a good few minutes, and then the others turn up. Probably this standoff is going on as they're getting towards you.
Okay. So yeah, I think my instinct was when we opened the door and the alarm went off, my instinct was just to book it. But if we've been here for a minute, then I think it's like, well, we can run, we can try to argue with these men, or we can put the machines down and punch our way out. Do you have a preference? I'm asking Danny.
I'm not sure, mate. I don't know how you're feeling holding these things. This is a bit heavy. I don't think I could run or fight while holding it. Don't really feel like ditching the machines, but I'm looking out there. There's this fence and...
Gotcha. Okay. It occurs to Bludgeon in this moment that, we should have brought a truck to take them away with us. I really wasn't thinking about carrying them back across the city, but... okay, well, hang on. We'll need to take care of this problem, and I'm gonna set the machine down and look at the bouncer, and she'll be like, "We are repossessing your machine. Is in need of is in need of a brain tune-up. So we take out this way, or is loading dock?"
Let's have an acting roll.
That's a 10.
Okay.
He probably heard me say, "Should we run or fight?"
Yeah, I think he's looking you up and down. He's like,
"Right, we ain't want no trouble. This is a respectable establishment. It's the middle of the day. We ain't even started our busy shift yet. I don't know what you two think you're up to, but you aren't leaving with those machines."
No respectable establishment smells this much like urine. These things are opposed to each other, so...
"We got a new janitor lately. They're in training. Anyway, no, I ain't getting distracted by this. Those machines stay here."
Okay, well, no, they don't. And I'll just take a swing at him. Because that's the only other thing I know. I've reached the level of my patience and my ability to negotiate. So let's say punching +1 and punch bot +3. And I rolled a total of 13.
Okay. He is going to defend. He's used to this sort of behavior, so he's got it. Oh yeah, he smashed that. There's 17 on the die, plus bouncer stuff. Yeah, he's getting over a 20. So I think you have been very clearly telegraphing what you're going to do here. You've placed down the machine, you've stepped towards him. He definitely dodges out of the way. And I think he grabs your arm as the punch goes past him and does that thing where it twists the arm behind your back. And
okay.
Gets you in a bit of a lock. And he knows he's outnumbered here because there's beefy guy in his grip and there's beefy guy holding the other machine. I think at this point, Danny puts down his machine reluctantly and steps forward. And then the other three turn up behind you. Welcome to the mid-roll. Thanks again for listening to the show. We've been getting a bunch of lovely feedback from people loving the stories and characters coming out of Season 2 so far, and even though we'd still be doing this anyway because we have so much fun, knowing people out there like yourself get a kick out of our nonsense really warms our hearts. We're chock-a-block with NPC voiceovers this week with the return of Dan Thompson as Dial-Up Danny and Tommy Evans as yet another gambler, but also the addition of Catbat as the voice of Amazicabs, Gordon Icky-Fu Tumulty as random ARC community member, and Tom Hoskins and Phyzzi as bar security. You can find full credits for all of them in the show notes. And of course, not forgetting our wonderful players who make this show what it really is.
Hi, I'm Pan, he, they, she, playing Nox, he, him. You can find me online in most places under Stellar Encore, that's STELAARENCORE. Oh, you lost it there. Find me on Tumblr, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, all the usual places. I play Nox, the hacker of the ensemble. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I've been playing Maurice here on Cybertopia.
I'm an actual play podcaster, and if you like my goofy little diner boy, you can find me playing other characters over on Tales from the Oasis, which is talesfromtheoasis.com, playing Cyberpunk Red, or you can catch me on Season 2 of Omen Investigations, playing Fate as Agent Julie Bools. Both of those shows available wherever you get your podcasts. Unless you get your podcast from a gnome in the woods. What am I saying? They'll have our shows too.
Hi, I'm Valery North. You can find me as Valery North on Blue Sky, itch.io, and so on. I play Frank Easy, and my latest big project is a very not safe for work cyberpunk's taking on the system game called Glam Slut Butch, which is one of the stats you can roll on. And yeah, you can find that on itch.io as well.
Hello, and thanks for listening. I'm K.O. Myers. I'm a freelance podcast editor as Particulate Media. My website is particulatemedia.com.
I've promoted a bunch of Monster of the Week actual plays on here over the last couple of years, and Shrimp and Crits are yet another to add to your MOTW backlogs. However, in their second season, they switched up to using another lesser represented system, Iron Sworn, and this season is really heckin' good. They nail a sweet southern charm to their vibe and craft such a vivid atmosphere, it just oozes character. I'm also really enjoying their latest project, Riptide, which has only recently started and has that psychological horror theme that tickles a very specific itch that I personally have.
Gather round, everybody. Some stories are just best told around the warmth of a campfire. This one's about the Skywaymen, and how these three knuckleheads changed our cursed world's fate forever. It's a story about knights, old folk songs, and, if I tell it right, it's mostly about love.
Shrimp and Crits Dania is the second season of our actual play podcast with a southern twist. Join the Skywaymen, Cell, Cord, and Gree on an adventure to find lost loved ones.
I know the big lug's out there, somewhere.
Are you worried?
Nah.
Unravel the mysteries of the stars.
There's just so much nothing out there, and, well, I wanted to see a little bit of something.
And to discover purpose beyond our birthrights.
I don't want to be a builder. I want to see the world.
Shrimp and Crits Dania is an actual play podcast with a southern twist, and it's streaming everywhere bi-weekly on Mondays.
So, the three of you walk into the back end of this dark and dingy gambling establishment and see Bludgeon in an arm lock with this bouncer, and Dial Up Danny is about to jump in as well. What are you three doing?
Nox is going to step back and go, okay, this is not my scene. You guys want to help him out? That's Bludgeon, right?
I think Frankie's going to look for an actual fire alarm to set off, because more chaos is more chance to escape.
Okay, let's have a looking for a fire alarm roll.
Okay, can I claim Gaze into the Abyss on this one?
Yeah, sure. The dark end of a gambling bar is definitely the abyss.
Yeah. Can I also claim Impermanence of Matter, because we're claiming a fire's going off?
What are these abilities? God damn. It's like Final Fantasy moves.
I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I was like, I've got good at shooting.
I don't think Impermanence and Matter, not at this point. If it was actually setting a fire, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. So that
are we opposed to actually setting a fire?
That's not the suggestion yet.
I mean, Frankie doesn't have a way to start a fire right now, so
I'm sure you could find a way if you really wanted to. Okay, let's have the looking roll anyway.
15.
Okay.
Plus 1, 16.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you spot across the way, maybe like 10, 15 meters away, is what looks like a fire sensor. It's not like a thing that you pull, but you're like, okay, if I could set that off somehow, then the alarm will go off. But it's not like press button here for fire alarm sort of situation.
I guess nudge Maurice and gesture microwave gun fire alarm might work.
Oh. Yeah. And I pull out the microwave gun, and at the same time, I'm going to In my arm, I'm going to slide down a little slider that is attached to a toaster in my arm.
Okay.
And we'll see which one causes a fire first.
Okay. So I'm going to say it's going to take you a good few seconds to get over to this fire sensor to try and do that. Nox,
Sure.
you're stepping back. Are you trying to hide?
Not stepping like more towards the counter. They're not a fighter. But if there's anything they can do to help out whilst trying to subtly mess with some of these machines, they will if they need it.
Okay.
But what Nox wants to do, as they're looking at the others, they seem to have it under control. And judging from the guys who are taking out these two big machines, Bucky was a loading droid, so Bucky could carry them.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so they're going to have Bucky come around the side door. In fact, they're going to have Bucky look for the side door, because I don't think we know where the exit is.
Wait, did Bucky come in with you, or did Bucky stay outside?
No, Bucky they left Bucky outside.
Okay. Yeah,
Wow.
I'd say you could definitely have Bucky just come round the back and, like, it knows where you are through some sort of sensors or something, like connection you've got. So Bucky clambers over that fence into this alley at the back. Maybe it's like the bins alley. This is where all the garbage and shit is. And there's a padlock gate or something.
There's like one guy out the back, like sleeping something off. Just a giant spider drone clumps past him.
There's like a chef having a cigarette break. Or
Oh, I
something.
gotta lay off the moonshine.
But yeah, so you want Bucky to pick up one of the machines that's been put down.
So Nox slides down their arm. They've got their little readout. They have Bucky look around for the exit, let them know where it is, and be ready to carry these things once we get outside.
Okay, so it's just getting ready to do this and not actually doing this.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want Bucky to bust in through the door and cause more chaos yet. Or maybe I do. I'll see what the others.
I mean, the door is open. The machine that Danny was holding, because Danny stepped literally out of the door, he's put his machine down outside. So with all this going on, you could potentially have Bucky just pick that one up and just start going.
Just get one ready. There's two machines, so start hefting one on its back, get ready for the other one.
Yeah, at least try and get it on the other side of the fence. Okay, let's have a Bucky roll to see if you can do that then.
Go on, Bucky. Okay, 13.
Okay, I think all of you that are facing in that direction can see it's like a dog-sized spider drone.
It's about like a Labrador size.
Yeah, just kind of clamber into view and start picking up the machine that Dial-Up Danny had set down outside. Bludgeon, you're in an arm lock.
Mm-hmm.
Dial-Up Danny is charging towards you. You could potentially try and assist Danny here by trying to maneuver you and the security guard into a good position for a hit from Danny.
Or if it's okay, I would like to just rear my head back into his nose.
Ooh, okay.
So punching, but with my head.
The classic head punch.
I think we can do that on your actual turn, but this is Danny's turn right here, so you could assist Danny here.
I see. Okay, well then yes, I will try to assist. I'm going to assume that my core
punch ball, yeah, for sure.
Since it's a fight, that would count, and then beefy again for the sort of general strength. So +4 to this roll, and I rolled a 2, so a total of 6.
Okay.
I cannot roll for crap tonight.
Change your dice.
I have been using multiple dice. This is the third die. This is my third one.
The roll that got you into this arm lock, like, it was an alright roll. I just happened to roll really well against it.
Oh, that's fair.
So, yeah, I think you're trying to, like, wriggle, and the security guard, he's dealt with this sort of shit before. He's just got you tight. But as a consequence, he is concentrating entirely on you. So, Dial-Up Danny basically has a free shot anyway. So let's see who wants to roll for Dial-Up Danny. Let's have Jen. He was your creation. You roll for Dial-Up Danny.
Hell yeah!
I think he probably gets like a +3 to strength stuff or something.
Danny.
He rolled a 12.
Okay, all right. Well, that's a 15 total with the +3, and the security guard is he doesn't clock him too hard. I think Dial-Up Danny, he is a non-lethal kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
So he goes in for a little whack just to do enough to stagger this guy, get him to let go of Bludgeon, which is what happens. And the security guy like spins round, lets go of Bludgeon, sees a number of people have now kind of taken notice of the situation, including you three who have just turned up. He's kind of looking around.
Look, this does not need to be a big scene. I'm just going to ask you guys to leave. Leave the machines. Where's the one?
That's gone.
And you will see him go to speak into a communicator of some kind.
Well, fingers crossed, he won't be able to get a word out edgeways over the fire alarm we're definitely going to manage to set off.
Yeah, we're going to come to that in a second. Bludgeon, you've just been released from that guy's grip. He's trying to de-escalate the situation again.
I would look at Danny and say, do we need whole machine or just brain?
We ain't damaging the machines, man. What the fuck kind of suggestion is that?
Well, I mean, brain is most important part, right? You say sentient, where is sentience but in brain? If do we need like...
Danny shakes his head.
You don't get it. You just don't get it. Like, do you need your body or do you just need your brain? Because that's the situation here.
And the security guard is looking at both of you like,
what the fuck is going on here?
I mean, I see people with bodies replaced parts all the time. How much of body do we... Whatever. And I'm hoping that the security guard is confused enough that he doesn't expect me to then turn around and clock him again. Or try to clock him again. So
yeah, I think this is definitely enough to put the security guard on the back foot there for a second. So yeah, go for a claw ring.
Trying another d20, and this time I rolled an 18 on the dice, so a total of 23.
All right, let's go. Yeah, okay. You hit this guy real hard. Are you going for the face, the head, the body?
Yeah, I'm trying to clock him in the nose just to break his nose and immediately stars in his eyes, blood gushing out of his nose.
Okay.
A ton of pain. Hopefully drop him.
Okay. Jen, let's have that fire sensor roll.
Okay. Now, do you want two separate rolls, one for toaster and one for microwave? Or do you want one roll with them combined? Okay.
Just one.
Cool. That's an 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay. You dash over to this fire sensor and you start hammering it with the microwave gun. You get some toast in the way. There's some sparks and smoke starting to form, and within microseconds the alarm is going off and there's flashing red lights. There's safety lighting appearing on the floor directing people to the emergency exits and stuff. You see those 7 people from that little room nearby kind of flood out, and they're like,
"Ah, we were just in the middle of it." No!
They're all in their underwear now.
There's someone with a really weird outfit, like maybe someone in a diaper or something.
Yeah. Like one guy in a fursuit, one guy in a diaper, one guy with a big dinosaur head on. Running out.
Kind of gay.
But yeah, in that moment, the security guard like turns his head to look at the fire sensor and see what's going on, notice you, and then turns around back to look at Bludgeon again, and gets clocked right in the side of the head and drops to the floor. The alarms are blaring. There's lights flashing. Kind of pandemonium as people exit out mid-bets and they're really upset and they're all flooding for the main entranceway that you came through from the start. You've got probably a few minutes here to gather yourselves and figure out a strategy.
Okay, so Bludgeon, you see a spider drone make a whistly noise and wave at its arm and point at the other machine, the remaining one.
Yes, this needs to leave. Hello, I'm Bludgeon.
Danny turns around, looks at things like,
where the fuck did that come from? All right, let's go.
It's a machine-on-machine mission now.
Turns, also having had the alarm go off, looks over to Maurice. It's like,
I know you.
All right, Danny.
All right, reunions later. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And okay, let's have a roll from Bludgeon. Also roll from Danny. You can both try and pick up your second machine together.
Okay.
Okay. Danny is not much use here. Danny goes to pick up like the slippery side.
I rolled a total of a 9.
Okay, yeah, you both rolled the same. So, but I think between you juggle it. It's slippery still from the cleaning fluid you put on it.
No doubt.
So it's a struggle. Maybe Frankie can run in to try and assist.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, between 3 of you, one of you's got to get a good roll.
Oh, don't be so
The best! Nat 20.
Nice.
Nice. Lovely,
Frankie.
Yeah, so I think Bludgeon and Danny are struggling with this other machine. They look over to Bucky, who is just like masterfully just carrying this thing like a loading drone would. Frankie sees this struggle and runs over to help out. And yeah, to them, this is like opening a door, which is like their main thing. They just go over and they just like get the right grip on it and are able to lift it with your assistance, like help you into position. A learning for this would be something along the lines of lending a hand or something like that, helping out, jumping in.
Collaboration.
Load balancing.
Yeah, physical aid.
Logistics.
What I'll do is we can just put down a vague description of it because it's just the first of the learnings. You can flesh that out.
I've written it in as lifting, which seems to be the main deal here.
Sure.
I'll work out a flavoured description later.
Right.
Cool.
If you get that as a full skill, you'll have something in common with the gym bros.
Well, I mean, yes.
Yeah. But okay, so you managed to, between the three of you, get this machine outside and you're in this alleyway with the locked fence. Maurice, you're by the fire sensor. Are you going to file out the back as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Pan, what is Nox doing amongst all this pandemonium?
Nox is faking. I go, oh my god, what's going on? Oh no, what is this? I'm just hacking the shit out of stuff on the way out.
Okay, let's have a hacking roll from Nox to see how much of a hack he can get on these gambling machines.
Oh, this is what he's built for, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't have Bucky anymore, so never mind.
Yeah, Bucky's occupied.
Okay, can I add misdirection to that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, 21.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, you've got a lock on this shit. You can basically subtly siphon away as much of this gambling cash as you want. Obviously, the more you take, the more chance there is that it getting detected. But like, you could take a few cents off of every bet, and no one would notice, sort of thing.
What I want to do, rather than just like nabbing a bunch of cash, is just to like just put a viral worm into like as much system as I can. We'll siphon off like a couple of cents off every bet until it gets found out. And Nox, as I mentioned, is behind like 7 firewalls, so it shouldn't come back on anybody else.
Oh shoot! If it's a gambling establishment, I wonder if you could hack like the video poker or fruit machines. So when like 1 in every 5 wins, they don't show a win and just pay out to you. So the records look right. But,
smart.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I also changed one to come up. Just one machine just will come up with full pony flush.
You're so quick. You devise a new gambling game.
I'll just change jackpot to the word pony flush and leave.
Within weeks, it's the most popular thing in the whole of Paradigm City.
They don't even mind the money they're losing. They make so much more money back from pony flush.
Ironically enough, the matchmakers who run the gambling side of this establishment are doing something similar. So they will probably just think it's another part of their organization that's doing the same thing as them.
Awesome. And then I dip out. I also pick up some hot dogs for people on the way out.
Just ghost fired buffet.
Yeah, well, no, everybody's running out, right? So someone's left their food, so he's like, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, you've not had lunch. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we haven't eaten. I just woke up like 2 hours ago. It's starving.
Okay, so you do that. You've got your line of income that is now basically secured, and you can all file out into the back alley of this place.
Oh,
okay.
Shit, you know what? As we get outside, Nox goes, hey guys, I got food. Crap, wait, one more thing. I want to do a quick search, see if camera eyes on us, and if I can, scrub that footage.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to make you do another hacking roll for that. I'd say you were able to just get in the network because you rolled so high, and you can do basically anything you wanted in that establishment. So you can scrub all that footage.
Great, cool. Then we're good. And hot dogs.